There we go. Take a deep breath in and release it. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. The name of this soundtrack is titled Blissful Healing. Blissful Healing. This is Chris Collins. It's a purchased music specifically for this application. And it's a really nice piece of music. It does a beautiful job of allowing us to get a little bit softer and drop in and gel a little bit, just hang out with ourselves. So we're here every single day, Zenful Conversations. And we're in our 6th year, and this year we're taking a look at the Book of Awakening, the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. This New York Times bestseller is described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. And the message we're offered for this day number 1868 is titled Opening Our Deepest Eyes. Opening Our Deepest Eyes. There's a quote here we're offered by Parker J. Palmer. The inner life of any great thing will be incomprehensible to me until I develop and deepen an inner life of my own. So we're talking about resonating on the frequency. We don't see things. We don't see opportunities unless we're on that frequency. We won't notice it be right in freaking front of us, and we wouldn't know it unless we're on that frequency, right? The inner life, because life's a mirror, right? Unless we know it, we can't see it. This is how it's resonating with me. The inner life of any great thing will be incomprehensible to me until I develop and deepen an inner life of my own. That's why it's good to be in places where we have conversations to where we can relate, because we could be talking about something to someone and they just will not. 2 different wavelengths. Yes, frequency. Everyone has an inner life. It's just a matter of opening it. What Parker Palmer wisely suggests is that we can only feel something to the degree that we are willing to meet its depth. We can only feel something to the degree that we are willing to meet its depth. just as we must open our eyes, must raise our lids to see, we must raise our barriers and open our hearts and minds if we are to see and feel the essence of the life around us. Okay, hold on. Let's take a breath. Let's back up. Take a breath. Maria, gotta prepare your feelers to be in receptive mode. Yeah. So we can only feel something to the degree that we are willing to meet its depth. If we're not going, I'm not going any deeper than that, then we're not going to feel what's beyond it. And we got a lot of that. Just as we must open our eyes, raise our eyelids to see, we must raise our barriers and open our hearts and minds if we are to see and feel the essence of the life around us. To develop our own inner life is tantamount to opening our deepest eye. It has much to do with raising our walls, with living from our own depth so we can experience the depths around us. We got to dig deep into ourselves and find ourselves and pull it back out. Too often, while cut off from our inwardness, we complain that the things about us are shallow and boring, not worth our attention, when more often than not, it is we who are out of touch. To see deeply, we must open deeply. Well, let's just cut short and simple on that. We get out of things what we put into it. That includes life, the experience of life here. This makes me think, I can't help but think of this whole, I'm in reflective mode. I'm reflecting on a decade of amazing change that I've accomplished. I'm reveling in the fruits of my labor. I'm amazed how much I've changed over this past decade. But this conversation today makes me think, when I first signed up with that yoga training at Dearest Heartwood, I never would see what I see now if I didn't go to that training and expand and allow stuff to be way out here unfamiliar. I had no idea what the heck. What are you talking about? What? So much stuff was just amazing that was going on. The information I was learning and able to start to see, and I'm going to tell you, it takes a while sometimes to see it because limiting beliefs, this and that, and this is our practice. Maria says, little did you know you were opening the door to a whole new awakening beyond the physical. I know. And my higher self is just recently, we've been having a pretty darn good conversation. thanks to Dr. Darcy Lord, I took a training of hers and it was really pretty good. And I don't think it ever stops as long as we allow it. This opening. Wow. To see deeply, we must open deeply. If I never went to that training, I can't even imagine, because this is all I see now. Is possibility on top of possibility, opening on top of opening. How can I open more? What can I do? What can I be? How can I just be? Allow myself to be. Love myself into being. Definitely. The message we're offered, the meditation we're offered, says to bring to mind something or someone you've dismissed. Bring to mind something or someone you have dismissed, and bring it or this person before your heart's opened eye. See with our heart. Haven't we said that, heard that? See with your heart, not your head. So bring this person or this something before your heart's opened eye, and surround the image with your deepest breathing. After a time, ask yourself, does this thing or does this person seem any different? So if they seem different, I'm going to say we're different. If they don't seem different, I'm going to hightail it out of there. Because it's important to pay attention to who has access to us and what is in our environment. It's extremely important for us to pay attention to what drains our spirit, and just noticing and sensing, using our senses. To me, that's using our sixth sense. Why would that sense be any different than the others? Just because society says perhaps that it's not as valid? Hogwash. Using our senses. This body really lets us experience this plane really nicely. No matter what limitations we may have, it allows us to be multi-dimensional. To where not only do we get to think, but we get to do. And part of the doing is just being and receiving and allowing. What a beautiful message once again, Mark Nepo. The inner life of any great thing will be incomprehensible to me until I develop and deepen an inner life of my own. Parker J. Palmer. Opening our deepest eyes. Maria says it's important to protect our circle from energies that are not conducive to our feelings of safety. I try to not even think of people or things that are no longer welcome in my life. Yeah, There's a lot to that, a lot to it all. I think that was a pretty good part of our conversation in 2021. Living the law of attraction was the conversation that year, and that we were certainly talking about that then. Yeah, let's see, because the first year, I believe, was 2019. We did Journey to the Heart by Melody Beattie. That was our first conversation. Melody Beattie, Journey to the Heart. And then 2020, we had those two lovely doctors, Dr. Ariel Campbell Danesh and Dr. Seth J. Gillihan, in the Mindful Year. That was 2020. 2021, we did the Living the Law of Attraction. And then we realized that we needed some self-discipline. So 2022, we had 365 days of self-discipline. 2023, we just finished last year, Thriving as an Empath. Self-care for our sensitivities so we don't get drained and sucked dry. And here we are now. The Book of Awakening. What a beautiful unfolding it has been. Yes. Yes. Thanks for coming by today. Say hi, Maria. Please visit zenfulconversations.com. Check it out, see what you can sign up for, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. In gratitude, my spirit bows to your spirit. Namaste.